give it a go. And
we do a show called Open It. We do all this other shit, man. We don't really do CBD stuff, but we were willing to
give it a run or something, I guess. Yeah. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Important Decisions. I'm Jason Helmstetter. I got Brad Culp. I got Branden Suter. If you know Brad, he comes from Poor and Broke.
Poor and Broke.
It's a great podcast you can check out on YouTube. Check him out on his other social medias. And we got Branden Suter, rep for Driftless Glen.
Yes, sir.
Glad you're here with us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Today we're going to go into a battle of the heavyweights. We've got nothing but 5 Hazmats in front of us. Brad, you brought a bottle. What do you know about this one here? Where's this one from?
So this is this isn't your standard single barrel rye, your JD variety that you find at all the places that are bangers as well. Shout out to my man Rob, Denver Firefighters Charitable Foundation. This is a Coy Hill Hazmat single barrel rye. So you're welcome.
We didn't make any preference on whether it was a rye or a bourbon. So next we have one that most folks know with the medals.
Giddy up.
Garrison Brothers 2025 Cowboy. What was the proof on this one?
140.1.
140.1. So just creaking in.
Just made it to the show.
The Garrison Brothers 146.4. Then we come with my boy Amin from old Louisville. I got a 17-year here. 151 proof.
One of those Louisville jerks.
Ooh. If you know Amin, get down and see him. He's got that new facility right there on South 7th because he bought the old building there. I believe it was the old Seagram's building.
Okay.
And so he's moved from where he had been at. He's got a new facility. 6 floors of barrels being aged in there now.
Sorry.
Then we got one that's coveted by many, and I've been waiting to crack this for this battle. This is the George T. Stagg from 2025. Coming in at 142.8 proof.
Wow.
GTS.
You know you're a banger when your last name finishes in 2 consonants in a row.
And Branden, this is yours.
We got the 10-year Hazmat single barrel from Driftless Glen. This is the second Hazmat that we've released. The first one was a 9-year rye at 145. This time it's a 10-year single barrel bourbon at 144 proof.
You
so
guys have never seen it.
Pretty exciting to get to go up against some of these other big names here. So
I'm excited about it.
I'm loving it, man.
All these. This is what this shit's about, man.
So we'll see here how
banger
it
after
stacks
banger.
up.
We're going to work through about 3/4 of an ounce each. We should all be pretty goddamn good looking by the time we get done.
Damn right. We're on a show called Important Decisions, and I promise you we're going to be making some decisions by the end of this motherfucker. You're going to see.
And apparently one of my dogs decided she wants to be on video today. She's being real needy.
She said we need some more viewers, man. So
Yeah.
here we go.
You're just going to stand there and show your ass, huh? All right.
That's right. So we're going from left to right, right?
Left to right.
Okay.
Stephanie poured these. I'm not sure exactly. Girl, go. I'm not exactly sure what we're in for. Man, I'm excited. I'm a little nervous, though.
Mm.
Ooh.
First nose is real good.
That's right.
And the danger. We talked about this a little bit ago. These Glens are meant to funnel up that nose to you. But when you get into Hazmats, it's such a tight hole that it burns you a little bit.
Forces it through that.
Yeah, almost like if you could open it up and balloon it out a little bit, but
Rich, dark sweetness to it. If it tastes anything like it smells, it's going to be really nice.
Wow.
That one right there.
Wow, man. I'm sitting and just thinking about one. I was really searching for what it was going to bring. I mean, we got Hazmat on the mind right now, right? So we're thinking ethanol. We're thinking bang you in the face. And I was going to jump into the lightest of the group from the optics, but holy shit, was that a caramel bomb finish of number 1?
Yeah.
You know, at first it was not, but when I started reaching for number 2, I'm like, hold on. Let this one finish. Let the ethanol, let the hazy disappear, and holy shit, did that!
This has everything on
caramel, man.
Wow,
Yeah.
Heavy caramel on that note.
Ooh.
This thing's got everything I'm looking for in a bourbon.
agree.
Like, if this wasn't a barrel pick, I would be like, don't even show me the rest of them.
He's like, I'm good now.
I'm good.
Like, I'm good now.
Right.
Yeah.
If that was your starter.
Right.
Your
I'd be
first
like, we're
one.
good.
I'm buying it. Yeah, it is. It's thick through. Try to get those legs on it.
And it drank not like there was some punch on the end, but very bearable for a
Right.
hazmat.
And it was really cool because, like, what I love about how these things are made. Let's just talk like gummies here.
I'm gonna walk out for a second, boys.
So how
This is what we do.
these things are made, and there's no rhyme or reason to it.
Mm-hmm.
But shit, it's you put a mash bill, you put it in a barrel, and you let it sit for a while, and it comes out, and it's these dumb hillbillies that made this shit, a couple hundred years ago, right?
Yeah.
And now here we are nowadays, understanding that no, these people weren't just these dumb hillbillies.
Right.
Look at the complexity
Yeah.
in these things. Sure, shoot a mash bill in a barrel and it spits you out a bunch of questions. It's up to us to decide what these answers are. And holy shit, is the complexity to some of these hazmats so apparent nowadays, when it used to just be, you know what, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy, see you tomorrow.
Right.
Now it's, hey man, we're 150 proof, but we're playing at like in the 125, 128
Right.
range. You know what I mean?
Right.
I 100% agree with that.
Which is great.
The development of it, like, and the dogs got in the way a bit. So, we talked about this earlier, like a few years ago, you weren't getting to see anything above even 130. And now you got this stuff where very common. People are pushing that envelope, trying to creep up to that 160 as much as they can. But they're doing it with a lot of development and, maturity behind it. It's not just flash it in here and get it up to proof as fast as you can or anything. They're letting it like, hey, we got to have a little bit of character behind there.
That's a good point that you mentioned, because a lot of people forget, and even nowadays, the 130, that wheelhouse, that 31 to 39 area seems to be like a wheelhouse that's overlooked. You see everything from 115 to 120, 129, 130-ish, like the old Forester, that single barrel proof rye, 130. And then from there, you're getting one-offs a little over 130, but there's not a standard where it's like 132, 3, 4, 5. It literally goes from the high 120s to now hazmat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But there's a wheelhouse for that 130. Not everybody's a hazmat person. I wasn't for a long time. But fuck, some of these hazmats are playing at that 130 level. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I like that.
100%.
I like how they play downwards at 160. You know what I mean? Punch down. We don't need to be punched up anymore.
Yeah.
I think I figured out which one's the rye, but I could be wrong.
I tell you what, that second one.
The nose isn't all there for me, but when it comes out on the palate more, I think.
Yeah. I think that's right.
Could be. I was thinking either 2 or 3 is the rye.
Of course, I think it's the Ryan watch. It's going to be the heaviest. Listen, that's the best about these blinds.
Yeah.
It's the best part about these
You
blinds.
take away, like I said, you take away the preconceived shit.
There's
Like
no
if somebody
loyalty.
puts up that piece of toast and says, "Don't you see Jesus in my bread?" You're like,
Mm-hmm.
no. But yeah,
Oh, but
I guess
you
I
told
do.
me, sure,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that's number 2. Okay, yeah. Which one
Yeah.
tastes like Jesus and bread? The number 2 does. No.
Yeah. You take away it. I had a buddy. Oh wow, something on that nose.
This number 3 is chocolate.
Yes, I was just seriously. I was like, that's like a cocoa right there.
That
Like,
is so heavy chocolate right there.
wow.
That's that Stagg.
You
That's that
think?
GTS
You
right there.
think?
That's that chocolate cake, man.
Or
It's a
it's
beautiful
your buddies from Wisconsin.
I was thinking it might be a driftless there for a second.
The 10-year barrels have been known to have some chocolate notes on them, so
So
I
here's the
haven't
thing.
had this one yet.
No, but you're absolutely right though, because the nose on that. So all the GTSs that I've had, it's been chocolate cake.
Yeah.
That's been my thing. That nose chocolate cake, that front palate, Wisconsin. Front, mid, back
Oof.
palate, finish. That's Wisconsin right here.
Do you know the mash bill on the GTS? Probably figured it out, but I know that ours is
It's-
60 corn.
I don't know if it's that. It's the GT. Well, I know that the Stagg Junior, I believe, is the mash bill 1 that Buffalo Trace uses.
Okay.
I don't.
I think the GTS follows the same.
So it is, and then you know what? Correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong, because I always am. How about that?
But that gives me, there's a graininess in there that reminds me of here.
It's Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
and I'll be honest with you,
that.
I get it the same with Jay Henry.
Mhm.
I hope I get that with Dancing Goat and their own juice that they're putting out now,
You know
and
what?
not the source stuff.
Which is so good because it's a Wisconsin thing. It's an our thing, right? And it's our thing is becoming a player nationally. And when we have that common kind of what are you known for?
Yeah,
It's the peanut. I get the peanut from the J. Henry. I get the grain from the Driftless Glen, you know? And I like that other people are starting to see similar things. Call it what you want. Call it concrete.
Mhm.
I mean, if it's good, it's good. If it's
Yeah.
a note, it's a note. It's something
Right.
that associates to your palate that you want to put in your belly, then good for you. That's what it's all about. But being able to be this here, small kid from up the road that can
Right.
sit at the table with a King GTS, you know, so Cowboys like the Garrison brothers, man, that's what this shit's all about, man. That's what this shit's all about.
So we think 3 might be a Driftless. I thought 2 might be a Louisville.
I
But
think
you
so.
thought it's the rye?
No, he thought it was the rye.
Something about that.
I don't know.
There was a sweetness to it, almost like a light
I haven't
whiskey.
tried 5 yet, so we'll see.
I'm only sure about one of them at this point.
God damn.
And you know what that means? That means I'm wrong about all of them.
Wrong about that. Right.
Because if I'm hitching my wagon to that trailer, then it's gonna be a long night. I love this shit, man.
It's the best. I mean, we did one the other day with 12-year-olds, and you know, I had Eagle Rare 12 right up at the front, and Bobby had it at his end. You know, it was his last. We couldn't be further apart, and usually we have a very similar palate.
What did you get from that 12? That Eagle Rare 12?
I feel like it's the big brother that learned how to got to college and learned to lift a little bit more,
Yeah.
and like because it had and it's only 5 proof points higher, but the nose was different. The body was a little bit fuller, and where 10 is great, it's easy, it's smooth, you know what it is, but
Got that extra bonus.
Yeah, there's just a little bit more to it, and I don't want to put it out there, but I have a rumor that there's a stronger proofed Eagle Rare right around the corner
I hope that's true.
at 130 proof.
Shut the fuck up.
I ain't lying. That bottle, or at least a sample bottle, may have been in and around this Madison area recently.
Sounds like something I'll never get my hands on.
I've already got my feelers out there, and Dibs called on. I said a case, but I'll take a bottle.
Yeah.
So, as a rude guest, I apologize, like always. Forget to bring gifts.
Man, I got a feeling like this GTS and this Garrison Brothers and this, I mean, they're all sitting. Fuck.
Being a guest on the show, had to bring something. Four broke shirts for the fellas.
Hey.
Oh, brother, man.
Much
So here's the thing.
appreciated.
He mentions the 12. We just shot an episode. Tune in Wednesday. We did the
Appreciate
Eagle
that.
Rare 12. Talked about how much of a great crush soda it was, the whole 9, and how Buffalo Trace to this point has not come out and given us an Eagle Rare full-proof version. And now I'm here. Word on the street is there maybe a heavy hitter coming around the corner? I think we just spoke something into existence.
Yeah.
We didn't even air it yet.
Correct. And truth be told, that bottle, I've heard that it's in the system. We've looked for the labels, can't find it on the TTB site, but it was I'm gonna have to wait to air this or something until like
Or
maybe
you just cut that part out too.
but
I'll show you kept that.
the fucking rep had the bottle,
Nice.
had the sample bottle.
And you tried some.
I went on vacation. He brought it into the store, thinking I was gonna be there, but it'll be at Woodman's. Cody at Woodman's.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking. We spent 10 minutes talking about this shit. Eagle Rare, you know what? Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's nice that you punch up a few points, but can you imagine what would happen? It was just kind of can you imagine what would happen if a barrel proof Eagle Rare,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Something like that. And here we are. Word on the street says
And you didn't know that I was gonna bring it up. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And we're dropping the episode on Wednesday.
Cody said that Cody said that it was the most caramel bomb of any whiskey he's ever had. He goes, it was absolutely amazing. And I said, well, then you know where a bottle needs to come, and I'll go live with that as soon as it fucking drops.
That day, right now,
Yeah.
live. We're not putting this episode out tomorrow. We're going live
Yeah.
right now.
I might do it right there at the counter.
With the hand. We're going in the hand. Yeah, I'm going live. This ain't short. We're going live right here. I might fall asleep.
Yeah, but Tim the rep said 130 proof is what they had of that. Can you fucking imagine? Now, I also had a guy who was down there doing a very VIP tour where they got to thief Buffalo Trace straight from the barrel.
Really?
And he said it was the most absolutely best
I was
expression
literally
ever
just
out
going
there.
to say, imagine that, and then imagine Buffalo Trace coming out with barrel-proof Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Our flagship, barrel-proof.
I don't think we're far from that because the number of barrels that are sitting out there now,
Yeah.
you know, with that market correction that took place, there's a lot of
It's
shit aging.
continuing to take place.
And we're going to keep getting higher age stuff, higher proof stuff. They're like, we got to get rid
Right.
of this.
Just like Sazerac,
Well,
they
they
built their, they started with their 90 proof, and now they did a full proof for their rye.
And guess what? That 90 proof was everybody's. You could get that $19 bottle, $20 bottle, and it was a good sipper, right?
Yeah.
As a rye, are you kidding me? Because there was a point in time, early in my bourbon career, right? Spent thousands of dollars on this shit, never made $8 career. I'm out of business by now. But that bottle was just a kind of an afterthought. You'd see it on the shelves. You're mixing a rye. You're not mixing a rye. Some people are mixing rye. Whatever. You need to teach your own. But I always thought of that as a sipper, and it was like, man, that's pretty good for a $20 bottle, right?
Mhm.
Sweet
Right.
rye. Fuck, that 100 proof comes out?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah, this says 100 proof. So good. But this
The
fuck 25?
It's a banger.
Yeah.
Listen, listen, people talk about how it's the handy killer. You know, how it did this, and Winston Blanks, and I've trusted people's opinions. Shout out to our friends over at Bourbon Taste Offs. Todd, you already know the deal. We just dropped an episode a couple weeks ago, blind, 5 bottle blind, and I brought the Saz full proof.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know what was up there. There was some Nashville Brewing. There was some good bottles in there, and blind, it beat them all. I mean, you blind this thing in any scenario, and it's towards the top every single time. And you're talking about a $40 bottle. That's what we want in our lives.
Right.
We love the allure of the hunt of some of these bottles, but if you can give me that fucking 23 or 20 whatever year Pappies for $40 that bottle, I might agree that it might be the best thing too. But shit, if you got a $40 rye, that full proof Saz, I'm telling you, that thing plays in any blind.
It does. I did a blind with the ryes, and I did a 4. I did Heaven Hill Grain to Glass
Okay.
rye, Old Forester single barrel. I had the Thomas H in there, and then I had the Saz full proof, and the Saz full proof won it. And I was shocked because I've been a Thomas H Handy fan from the jump.
I would never have believed that in a million years.
But until you do it.
But there's a couple people that I knew did it, and it was like, okay, are they just doing this because of the hype? And then you heard it going around for a while. Handy killer. It's like, until you do it yourself, it's like, okay, fuck, a $40 bottle out there that can hang. Same, man. I mean, it's very similar. I mean, it's same as lit. I mean, all that.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of similarities there. So, fuck, man, I don't care. Let the little guy win, dude, because I'm the little guy.
We are.
You know,
It's all Sazerac shit that we're comparing there, but right. I mean, that's what I love. I love taking those big national brands against the craft ones, against the NDPs, and seeing what they're blending like.
You know what I love about that is when you say that craft is what associates to a craft player that has really broken into the market over the last year is the Ben Holidays. The Ben Holidays, this 8-year right here, fuck. You blind that against a lot of stuff. That bad boy plays.
Yep.
And I love what they're doing out of Missouri out of there.
Yeah, I'd love to hit that joint.
So
just right outside of Kansas City, there in Weston, they put out some good juice. I got a couple of their experimental cave collection things.
So some friends of mine just did, and they came out with some even better news as well. Breaking news! It's not so breaking because everybody down there knows. But what they do is they do something cool. They do like a 1 barrel.
Not a single barrel.
Not a single barrel. They call it 1 barrel, right? So they do things their own way. They're coming out with 10-year and an 8.5. So they're going to do some different shit. You don't hear half years, but they're going to come out with like 7.5, 8.5. I could be wrong on the years. Maybe the 6.5, but 0.5. 0.5. But I can't wait to get my hand on one of their 10 years.
10 year for sure.
Because their 8-year plays anywhere. I can't imagine what their 10 years going to taste like. It's just going to get better. Just going to get better.
You guys got your leaders out there, huh? 135.
I don't know. I got my.
I know for sure 1 is like my favorite.
Same
1 and 3 is very good too.
5 is the Jack.
Yes, you think so?
I think 5 is the Jack.
There's a smoothness to that, though, a subtlety. Like that finish does not give me that rye. But the nose,
and it's a higher. It's not the. So when you talk about the mash bills with that rye, so I believe that mash bill on that it's a 70% rye. So it's not 90 rye. You know what I mean?
95 or 5, right?
But it's a heavy rye, and the thing about it is though, it's such a good one. So I'm just trying to figure out.
God damn,
I'm
that
trying to guess
chocolate
right
though.
here.
I still think that's your DG right there.
Yeah, I think this is Driftless Glen. I think this is GTS.
It's a 6.
And I can't.
This is Wisconsin right here. This is the old Louisville, and fuck this chocolate bomb or this caramel bomb. At first, I don't know.
And we just cracked the 10-year Driftless and the GTS.
Yeah, and the Cowboy.
Okay.
So
But the other
3 of the
two-
5.
They're all neck pours.
Yeah, 3 of the 5 are all neck pours.
Yep.
The ones that are out front for me were all just cracked.
Is that right?
Yeah. So they haven't even really.
You know what the crazy
They might
part
change.
about? You know what the crazy part about this though, and the best part about this stuff is that like through this conversation and where like this all takes us, the optics of this. I'm looking at it now, right? I see 900. I see $900 or $1,000 bottle up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All day long. I mean, we can get it for 8-ish, 8.5. You know what I mean? But it's $1,000 bottle. That Stagg's $1,000 bottle all day. And then we have, your 140 to 180 to $200 variety.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
$70.
yeah, you can find that one for $70. But the regular,
but a lot of those
not the non-koi hill, the non because that's a koi hill. So the non-koi single barrel rice, that's a $65 bottle.
Yeah.
And you know what? And that's worth every penny of it. That is one of the better ryes, single barrel ryes that you're going to find out there. It doesn't matter what store pick it is. You walk into any place and you see that bottle right there for $60, grab it because it's going to play on the shelf. You're going to drink that, and it's always going to be good. That's one of those that for $60, you're not going to go wrong. $60 to $70, right? It's in that price range.
Yeah.
Are any Jack Daniels age stated? Like, is that age stated? Do you know what year it
It's
is?
got an NES in it? I don't know. I don't believe so.
I don't have my readers
I can
on.
check it out.
You got the young guys.
I haven't really looked closely.
Check the neck.
But it
The neck is
says
even smaller.
Barrel House 1-13.
13. So that's a koi hill.
And it just says Master.
So what is it?
Distiller.
1-9 through 113.
Tenured, and wait,
1 through 7 is tenured.
and then there's like 8 through 11, and 11 through. Yeah.
So it has the
Exactly.
It has the bottling date, and then it has a barrel
Drop
number.
comments below, man. Let us know how how Jack Daniels.
Because I got a
how the
couple up there
greenhouses-
that are also 1-12
I bet-
or 13.
I bet you can look up.
Those are kois.
I bet you can look up the barrel number somewhere, and it'll give you an age.
And
maybe.
everybody, and all you Jack Daniels fans out there, correct us in the comments below because
Yeah.
really, I mean,
Let us know.
there's just so much. There's so much going on there. But the 13 is the koi. But I mean, like whatever, it goes from this to that number, then that number to that number, then back to that number, and all. Jack Daniels people out there know that like the back of their hand. So let us know. Drop in the comments. Tell us how wrong we are. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't hate this number 4 too.
So the 4 and the 5.
You show up to a party with any of these bottles.
Yeah.
Nobody's bitching.
No one's bitching.
Nobody's bitching.
And the best part about it is you show up to a party, nobody's ever had any of these. Outside of people that we know.
I
When
mean,
you show up to a regular party, they're like, let me throw some motherfucker, you are not mixing these with anything. You better go over there and that little shit. You better go find your old number 7.
Yeah.
right.
You're not touching that Jack Daniels bottle over there with a mixer.
I will say though that there's a place down in Champaign, Illinois called the Big Grove Tavern.
Okay.
They do great barrel picks. I've gotten a number of foolproof picks there, Buffalo Trace picks. It's a bar restaurant. Scott does a good thing there. He's their GM.
Good girl.
But they did what they call their Infinity Old Fashioned, where they use, I believe it was a Lot B, a George T. Stagg, and a Weller Foolproof blend for the spirit in their Old Fashioned.
Imagine being that much of an asshole in life to where you just got bottles, those bottles laying around. Let's just let's blend these up. You know what I mean? Let's crack them and just blend these up. Because you know why? They weren't good enough because they are. Every single one of them is plenty great on their own. But let's just see if we can create some more greatness out of this. We're just going to sprinkle a little bit of this together and see what happens.
Hi, girl. You are soaking wet. Is it raining outside? Yeah. I'm glad you came back in. You want to be on video of all the times.
Okay, so
yeah, everybody say hi.
So I have, without being able to write things down, and
oh man,
into perspective, these are hazmats here. No, so our decisions are becoming poor.
Yeah, but they're important.
They're important. So
did I give you a Driftless Glen? I did.
I got my.
I think I got to get rid of this one if I was going to eliminate one.
Yeah, 2. If you could eliminate one right now.
2. I think 2 I'd get rid of.
Ooh. Oh man, I agree. I agree. From it's doing less than the rest of them.
And there's like no nose compared to the rest of them.
It's a softer. It is much softer. It's not like this thing that's like overflowing your senses. And
part of it
I
is.
Still don't hate it though.
I like this.
If it wasn't in this group, this plays in.
Yeah,
you're right. But with these 5, I'm tasting motherfuckers that are punching in these 5, and this one just as really isn't punching.
Yeah, it's got a lighter feel to it.
So I'm gonna keep the ones I want closer, just because then I know what I love.
But I'll do that
in that order, right? Yeah.
But God, I come back to 3, and that chocolate again is just overwhelming.
So that 3 is Driftless Glen. That's Wisconsin, all over the place. You live 30 minutes from here. That's a familiar smell. You drive home, you come home, and this is ingrained in your mind. And you don't even realize it.
Well, we don't know yet. We could be wrong.
We don't know.
But we could be so fucking off.
Like, one could be
different. People are like, these are the 3 stupidest motherfuckers.
That's the best part about me, because guess what? I put it all out there.
But I would say, as a Driftless Glen guy,
if anybody should pick their product,
I think it's 3, just because that chocolate.
Just go up top, my man. I'm with you on that.
You got it.
I'm letting it all hang out there. It's that chocolate, but the chocolate, that sweet chocolate, but that grainy finish, that Wisconsin finish. That's a homegrown finish. That's a finish that people understand that comes from this area. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like that sticks out, but it's also something that people crave for too. You know, and the more people start picking up on Driftless Glen nationally, the more they're going to understand that. Hey, man, we have a taste up here. Mm-hmm. It's a taste that it's not a taste that people run away from. It's a taste that people are looking for.
You bet.
Yeah, I think. Man. I agree with you though, and part of the reason why I agree with you with 2, I got to get out of there, is because, man, like when I saw it at first though, I saw the lightest one in there, and I pre-qualified it.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that I do that, but I pre-qualified it. But then after that, I really just I searched for a reason to not pre-qualify after I really got into it, and it plays less than anything else there. I mean, there's less going on there.
I'm with you.
There's less going on there. All kinds of vodka going on here. I'm drinking it straight.
Yeah, buddy.
It's water.
Oh.
Who cleans their palate with fucking vodka? That'd be. Ooh.
Or Dr. Pepper. Bruzel.
Bruzel does. Diet Dr. Pepper.
I'm like, usually I'll do like ginger ale or Sprite. Something like that. That's just kind of an easy, clean palate. And then sometimes I should have brought out like the coffee beans. Because that'll freshen your nose.
Oh, absolutely.
You do that at like the
bless you.
Bless you.
Oh man, high in Cologne.
Yes.
You go to a Cologne spot. And
you got to have.
And then you get beans and
coffee beans. All right, so we got rid of 2. Oh. I'm actually in agreement with y'all on two being gone. Yeah. Where do we go from here?
Now it gets really hard.
So this is where it gets hard. So. Here's what we can do is we can get your notebook out here. We can start like putting this in order a little bit. And if you can get her down and say, if we agree on a 2, and like just have
her tell us what two was.
Two is, and then we can like process of elimination, find out how fucking wrong they really are.
Right.
Like, don't tell us what it all is.
I'm not looking. Yeah, I'm not gonna look at it. Yeah,
Let's do.
I think 2 is Old Louisville just because of the color.
Oh,
I thought the same thing.
I can see it.
Bringing in racial bias.
Yeah.
Oh, racist.
That is one.
What do you mean, you?
Light-skinned whiskey.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, you people? 2 people.
Oh shucks. I gotta do like I almost feel like I'm gonna be on like Wedding Crashers and be like, Ma! Meatloaf! The meatloaf! Steph!
I hate when she does it.
Where is she at?
Where she? I never know where she's at.
Oh no, we may have to wait because she made it be like, fuck you guys, you're on your own.
She's like, dude, I got pizza.
She's getting ready to go dancing.
I got to come downstairs with these shoes.
God bless. I love that nose on 3. And I keep coming back to it just to smell it.
So the nose on 3 is really good. It's the nose on 3 to me is good. The front, mid, and back palate finish, all that is fuck, man. It's exactly what I'm not supposed to be doing on these blinds. Is I'm giving it a profile. It's a Wisconsin profile, so I'll put it out there. And I love it. But
I get a dryness.
But I'm going back. It's giving that grain dryness, but I'm going back to 1 on the back palate. Everything that it brings me to, it's like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, you're at the bar. It's a fucking radar show. Whatever. We said this. We said support. You're at the bar. You see the girl at the end of the bar. She's decent looking, right? Whatever the case is, you get drunk, but then you go home with it. I don't know. Cut this out if you want, but it's like it's better at the end than it was at the beginning. That's what I'm getting from number 1 here. The worst analogy ever.
No, fuck. It's not, because I've always said whiskeys are like women. They're all the same. It's just those little subtleties at their core.
Right.
They're multiple grains. You know you're going to have at least this much corn. You're going to have this much. But they're little subtleties.
They all got at least 51% corn.
Garbage your whole life, but when you get to that good corn, when you get to the greatest, it's that 0.1% nuance that is the differentiator between why this person isn't why isn't this guy a Hall of Famer in baseball, but this guy is. You know why? It's that 0.002% of detail.
People don't get that.
We're
99.9% the same as all people.
Yep.
It's that little variance that gives us why do you not have hair? Why do you have a full head of hair? Why do you have more gray? Why are you tall? Why are you short? Why are you stupid? Why are you an asshole?
Yeah. All those I can answer, all those questions too. Another battery and another show, we can explain why being an asshole is in a cheap status. And it's one to be proud of at times. Worked a long time on perfecting the art of being an asshole, and I'm glad somebody finally appreciates it. That's what I tell people nowadays.
You know, Brad, we did an episode for you.
Yes, we did.
What is it that got you here?
Shit, in the bourbon?
Yeah.
Wow, man. E.H. Taylor, Colonel Taylor did. He kind of jumped it off, right? But there was shit. Everybody has that aha moment, right?
Yeah.
That aha moment. I don't think any of us ever realized an aha moment would turn into something like this in relation to the pocketbook, into the travel, into the relationships you build and stuff like that. But for me, it was pretty simple. You know, I was a beer drinker. A buddy of mine was collecting Blantons in E.H. Taylor. They'd go down there. His daughter she was 21. That was back when you had the jail days at Buffalo Trace, which they just recently uplifted that stuff. But he's like, man, I'm getting this Blantons and this and that. And it's like, we go over there and have some Blantons. Like, cool Blantons. Make me an old-fashioned with Blantons in it, kind of shit. Well, one day, literally, it was just E.H. Taylor small batch. Put it out for the 10th time that I've had in 6 months or whatever. And it was like, you know what? I like this one. I'm not just drinking it to drink it. I like this one. And that was the first one that I remembered. And then it was every time I'd walk into a liquor store, I didn't do the bullshit. Hey, you got Blantons. Maybe I did first half dozen times. You know, everybody knows that guy because that's 90% of the Blantons population out there. Hey, you got Blantons. No, we don't got Blantons. Well, I don't want Blantons anyways. I want that E.H. Taylor. But the thing about E.H. Taylor was that unlike a lot of the single malts, well, some of the single malts, they have that too. But unlike bourbons, they don't. Outside of the King of Kentucky, you're looking at a Taylor that has the
Right.
cardboard cask or cardboard coffin that Whispering Don calls it. So it made it easy for me. When you have 100 different options and you're not sure what you want, but you know what you like, and you can see that one. If there was some place that had one of those sticking out, I was all in.
Okay.
$140. I want it. This was back in the days where, you pay $140 for a small batch each. Excuse me, I had to sneeze again. That must mean I'm lying, because that's a trait of people that lie. They sneeze during the moment and shit like that. Hopefully he learns CapCut and he can cut this shit out.
Hey, uncut, unfucking filtered. You're gonna get raw dog.
We are animation
Yep.
So what happened though was Tiffany, my girlfriend, and I, and she was into bourbon on her own.
Okay.
And we met in London. It's how we did those. We couldn't find bourbon out there, whatever the case was. One day I was like, you know what, I'm looking for some Taylors. She's like, oh, I'll take the, we went on this journey together. I started looking for my Taylor. She started looking for her Penelope. We were looking for the marshmallow toast, and back when that was a allocated bottle. And next thing you know, we're knee deep in shit, and it's like, let's start shooting some content. We have a good collection. She's got, I don't know, I got about 150 bottles. She's got about 150 bottles. So this isn't a her and I thing where she's doing it. In a lot of cases, it's like the guy has a thing, and his wife is like, cool.
Sure.
No,
she'll appease him, and yeah.
She runs our Instagram. Check out Pouring Broke on Instagram or TikTok. You'll see Tiff. She's run all that shit. She's 100 miles an hour on all this stuff. I learned stuff from her. So the marriage that we had, that kind of sped things up. It's like, dude, I'm going here. I'm going here. No, I'm going here. I'm going here. No, we're going here. We're doing this. So it was really kind of one of those things that evolved based off of a relationship. We enjoyed it ourselves, but then it was kind of like, oh yeah? Oh yeah? She's like, oh, I had GT. Oh, you had what? You had GTS when? Why this? Oh, Brad, there's a single barrel down at Shenanigans in Kenosha, E.H. Taylor single barrel store pick. Let's fucking go. You know what I mean? So
you bet.
So the partnership actually sped up the process, and I give a lot of credit to Tiffany for doing that. And my journey's been fun because with a significant a hazmat infinite other, we're drinking these things. The story is it gets blurry, but at the same time, at the end of the day, it's very simple. Why do you chase these bottles? Why do you spend this? Why don't you blink when it's a $300 bottle when it's there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was a time in all of our lives where it was like, a $40 bottle, that's a lot of fucking money. What are you talking about? Now it's like a $40 bottle, dude.
It's funny you would say that. I literally had this conversation last night with a friend, and I was like, there was a time where when I was first into this, it was like, Steph was like, oh, how much did that bottle cost? I'm like, it was, $65. And she's like, oh, and I knew like it didn't bother her, but she was just like $65 for a bottle of whiskey, and I'm buying $15 bottles of wine at Costco. Mm-hmm. I'm like, well, you can buy more expensive wines. And then she went to a couple of bourbon events with me, just like where they had dinners and stuff. Yep. And they would make cocktails. I'd always get the neat pour, and she'd get the cocktails. And then all of a sudden there was like a charity event, and I think I bid on like a Russell's 15. Oof. And nobody else was bidding on it. And this was 5 years ago, 4 years ago. I don't know.
Before the prices got real stupid.
Before it got real stupid.
Back in 5 years, 6 years ago, Russell's 15.
We were still here. Yeah.
Yeah, you were up. They were out there easy.
I had that, and I was also winning on a Magnus cigar blend, an early batch that Nancy had done.
Still my favorite cigar blend.
Yeah.
Those Joseph A's.
Nancy's great.
Favorite cigar blend.
And
fight me.
But my wife's like, well, you should probably up your bid. I'm like, okay. So I on that Russell's like, it was a charity event, so I went to like 300.
Supporting you.
She started supporting it, and then all of a sudden she moved the bar for me. Right. Where like my bar had been like $70. Yeah. Like that's gonna like I would need to sample it before I buy it at $70. Now I'm like, well, Stephanie bumped the bar to here, and she didn't even know that she did. And I'm like, now it's like, oh, I won't buy it if it's I need to taste it if it's 120 or something.
Sure.
Because you just don't want to get bad shit. And there is stuff out there that gets bottled, looks good, but it could be a bad batch, could be a bad barrel. I love to sample. So when the store offers up a sample, to me, that means the world because mark up the rest of your bottles a quarter
Sure.
to cover the cost of that one bottle. I don't give a fuck. But these places are like, oh no, you just got to buy it. No, give us a little bit of love here. Give us something.
So to follow up on that point, though, the same thing about it, like that support there. I realized it when I forget where we were at one time, but it got to a point to where a $40 pour wasn't a big deal. $70 pour wasn't a big deal. Tiffany would be like, hey, listen, they got a fucking whatever, they got a Pepsi, whatever case it was. You want one of those? Like, it's $90 a pour kind of thing. When we were on that level, it's like, well, you know what? Nah, I don't even want to fuck with that, but I'll fuck with that $40 pour. People like a pour for $40. So my thing is like when I'm out with normal people and they're having their drinks, my thing has always been like, I'll never, you know how it is. If somebody's buying a round, I'm not going to be that guy. You'll give me what I'm drinking.
Right.
What are you having? Your beer? Fine. I'll take a beer. If you're buying a round, I'll buy. You can buy me whatever that costs, kind of thing. I don't go over what somebody's
I'll match
buying.
a cocktail price. Yeah.
Your price for buying the round. My price is up here. I'm not going to make you do that for me. But she was never like that. So even
Fuck your pocketbook.
so the early part of our journey
I'll
was just kind of like she was like, you know what, I'm looking for that Weller see why she just completed the Weller Rainbow.
Oh,
so
shit.
I have the full proof and I have the we have all of them, but I didn't have the single barrel or the CYPB. So in the last 2 months, she won the CYPB in a raffle to buy, and then the single barrel. So now she's got this shit, and we're like, I got this the Rainbow. So it's like her journey isn't part of my journey; it's her own journey. Collectively, together, it's been like we don't recommend this because it's expensive as fuck, dude. When you got both sides, not one side doing it, you got both sides doing it.
Which is why you go by poor and broke.
Yep.
We get broke on every pour, and we make some important decisions along the way.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So you
sir.
know, man.
I think now that these are opening up, at like three's coming into that leading spot.
Really?
Like I'm getting more. Like everything that I got initially is just amplified now, but it's opening up.
One is still sitting in such a good spot for me.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
The nose on one is actually a little bit better now, but the palate is still hitting me with that heavy caramel.
Yeah.
And caramel is just kind of my thing.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go back through the rest of them now, too. I mean, I want to do this right. Ooh, a little bit of coffee in that. Caramel coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, people.
One's gonna be hard to beat.
My man works for Driftless Glen. We don't. I mean,
true.
this is somebody that knows this shit. This is us. That
I still don't know
We
what's
want to
up.
know our stuff, and we are more than happy to be corrected. Tell us how bad we are in the comments below, man. Like, follow, subscribe,
Or
all that
don't.
good stuff. Or don't.
Because I won't read your comments.
I will. I will. I know he doesn't read his comments. I comment on some of his shit. He doesn't respond either.
I did that once when I had my rugby career, and I was like, man, I fucking thought I had a good game. This motherfucker said, you suck.
Then fuck you, that's your opinion.
Yeah, right.
Just your opinion.
Were you on the pitch next to me?
That's right. It's always easy from the cheap seats.
Like, I'm a pro hockey player in the stands.
Yeah, right.
You get me on the ice, I look like a fat fucking deer ready to fall over.
I had a guy tell me that he fought in the UFC in like 33 or something a couple months ago. A guy that I know locally. I can't stand that motherfucker.
Really?
When you meet somebody and they just flat out lie to you.
Yeah.
I beat Mike Tyson in the... Okay, all right. Anyway, so what small batch larceny are we drinking today?
Oh, you played the video game, Punch Out.
Yeah, 4 and 5 are my least two favorites.
Really?
Yeah.
See, 5 did something for me there. I really like. 1, I'm still enjoying a lot.
I think, I don't know, 4 and 5, I think, to me, are the Cowboy and the Jack Daniels. And off brand, I would want that. It's just compared to these right here. Like, and I hate to say it, I'm playing some fucking, there's some home cooking here going on with the Driftless.
Yeah.
There really is.
I still think 1 has the lead and 3 is a close second.
I'm in the same way.
4 and 5 are like on the same level for me, and then number 2 is just
2 is
last
just a little bit
place.
of an outlier.
4 and 5 are like a tied for third place.
Set them there and keep these 2 back. And so if we're looking at 1 and 3, who's winning that out head to head?
Yeah, probably one.
That's let's. Here's the thing. How about we just how about she comes on and tells us what 2, 3, and 4 are,
Let me get her.
and then we're stuck on our one. Hold on. Are we agreeing on 1 and 3?
I think we
I
are.
am.
I'm with you. I'm
Yeah.
with you.
So then we eliminate 2, 4, and 5, and then we'll see how bad we all really are.
Let's do it.
I love this shit.
Quick break.
Well, come on, we're trying to grow the channel, dude. She needs to be on video.
She'd be like,
Every
fuck
time you
y'all.
got some females, it's always better.
Yeah, right.
No, but I think
Do you have to hit the bathroom?
Yeah.
All right, but let her have this.
just be like, tell us what 2, 3, or 2, 4, and 5.
Yep.
And then we can really go into 1 and 3.
Yeah.
And see which one really is. But then you know what? But then in our minds, we're going to know what 1 and 3 is, though.
Well, we know that it's we know it's 2 of them. Yeah.
But I just think that's.
I feel like it's a DG. I feel like this is GTS. I feel like this was the Jack. Number 5 was.
Yeah, 4 and 5 is a Jack to me.
Yeah,
Cowboy Jack is 4 and 5.
Yeah, and a little Louisville here. I think 2 was. Can you tell us what 2 was? I think I have it open to your page. No, we thought it was Old Louisville. Number 2 was Old Louisville.
Yeah,
Okay,
man, we were right there.
we love you. We love you, Amin. Sorry, brother. Can you give us what 4 was?
Stagg.
Ooh.
Whoa! Shit!
All right, I'm gonna try that.
No, and we were completely wrong about that.
What's 5?
Jack Daniels.
We were all right on that one. We thought that GTS was 4.
Damn, what's now?
So that means don't tell us what 1 and 3 are, please. We'll look at those at the end.
Now I know what 1 and 3
one's
is.
driftless and one's.
No.
1 is Driftless and 1 is Cowboy.
So Cowboy is number 1? Wow. Because number 3
You can
is
leave the
Driftless
book.
Glen.
You can leave the book. We'll figure it out after this.
Now
that we got
now
those
we're
things.
now we're gonna battle these 2 to see which one's what.
Wow.
But
George T was 4.
Damn.
Holy shit.
That's not good.
I mean,
I thought it was number 1.
it was.
It was just a surprise to
because
us.
it was such a chocolate cake.
We
one
just
that-
like these better.
That's
not
the
that it was
preconceived
bad.
notion again.
Not that it was bad at
I
all.
should expect that George T. Stagg to be in the top 2
Right.
or
Anywhere.
3.
because that is 4 times. That bottle is 4 times the cost of the rest of these bottles.
Yeah. Thank you, love. Well, we know now, boys. 1
So
and 3.
you can't tell me that fucking Cowboy comes off this soft.
If this is
though.
if this is
Number 1 is
Cowboy,
Cowboy.
I'm gonna go buy one of these, and if I see one now,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah. I was hesitant. I've seen them.
220, 240 or
I
whatever.
just didn't want to spend it because I didn't want it to taste like gasoline.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
147 proof.
Holy
what
shit.
146.4? What's the proof on this one? Cowboy?
For the Cowboy?
When I say with this one,
146.4.
like I said this one, like I for sure,
Yeah.
because I am. That's the Cowboy.
Yeah.
And this is the Driftless Glen.
So I
So now we got to figure out what do we prefer these 2?
I mean, it's all. It's.
I
gonna be
still
all
get a
personal.
dryness coming off of 3, where my mouth, it just kind of finishes there, and I'm like,
You know what?
it leaves me like wanting to salivate a little bit.
It's a lot easier now that it's down to 2 instead of 5.
Yeah.
You know, there were nuances that said no, 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 and now it was like these 2 were the 2 that stood out to me, and I think collectively we all agreed the same thing. The Driftless Glen is really, really good, man. It's good, but fuck, this Cowboy, this number 1, is delivering all. And we're talking about a hazmat. We're not just talking about a taste. We're talking about a hazmat This does not taste like a hazmat.
No.
Not even close.
And most of us, I think we all thought that might have been the GTS, just because of how fully rounded it was. And it's exciting after being at the event with Garrison Brothers. Then, a couple weeks ago, Donis was there.
I was in
It was awesome. He was a great fellow to talk to. Tells a story. He's been their distiller for 20 years. And
did you hear about the fireworks at the end of the night? Talk about that off camera.
Yeah, let's talk about that in a little bit. We do that on the B-reel.
That's right. We did B-roll on that one.
No, I don't know about that, so I have to ask. So if I'm going and I'm not, I think 1 is my top, 3 is my second. I like 3, but I just don't like the dryness I get at the end. But God bless that.
I'm in the same boat.
That chocolate.
And it's a lot easier to find a Cowboy than it is to find a Hazmat from Driftless Glen.
And we're sitting here with the guy that brought the bottle, and we still can't get it.
There's only 94 bottles of the Driftless Glen Hazmat, and they're all gone.
Listen,
except for this one right here.
You can probably still find a Cowboy out there.
Oh, you can. But and it's simple for me. It literally, I think that collectively, it's weird on the blind that we all kind of went the same way, but I'm looking at what I got here. My number 1 is almost gone. This I like. Fuck it. I love the Cowboy, and I love the Driftless Glen. It's 1 and 3. All right?
Let's see if we're wrong though.
Calling my shot right now.
All right.
Watch Driftless be 1.
All right. It's time. It's like the Oscar.
Because I'm always wrong on this.
The Oscar goes to. So.
Cowboys number 1, Driftless number 3.
The Garrison Brothers is number 3.
What?
Driftless Glen is number 1.
Oh, let's go.
It's right there.
Told you.
Told you.
Oh my God.
So you know what's crazy about that? So here's the thing. So I prefaced it by saying.
So up in Wisconsin, we're better than George T. Stagg, Louisville, Garrison.
Get on your soapbox, kid.
And watch this. And what I said was I was fanboying brand loyalty, Homer's Wisconsin with the number 3, right? I said I was doing that the whole fucking time. Turns out I picked Wisconsin, the real winner, dude. Driftless Glen. Holy shit. You know what? That's interesting when you talk about that Garrison Brothers, because there's that grainy Texas thing that kind of sets them apart. So when I felt like a set it apart thing, I
did get that.
The Driftless Glen would be the one that would stand out.
Yeah.
And
that's insanity, guys.
Mm-hmm.
We were so fucking backwards.
Yeah.
Kidding me? I'm not.
I'm glad
what we do. And this is why we do this shit. And this is the best result you can get. This isn't like, oh, I'm upset, I'm wrong. No, I want to be corrected and be right, but I'm just happy that my palate was correct and picked fucking Wisconsin, dude.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I love this shit.
Yeah, I almost picked 3 just to fanboy and follow my brand, but I picked 1 because I thought it was truly better, and it turns out it was my bottle.
It was a caramel bomb. So the second time around, I'm getting
this bottle would go great on my shelf, right? But I know it's yours.
Listen, but I know I open bottles, dude. You'll probably beat me in a high bidding price, but
nah. So we're gonna end this. Because we got it. Number 5, I love you, Amin, I love you. That was our old Louisville. And then we came in, number 4, the GTS.
This is 25, right?
2025 at 142.
Right, yes. And then
our third place
was the Coy Hill.
Was the Coy Hill Jack Daniel single barrel proof rye. And what we thought was the winner, but not so much. It's got a participation trophy.
Yeah, listen, man. You know what? When you make a bottle with a thumbprint on the side
of the owners,
like that, I'm telling you right now, if you're not picking up on what Wisconsin's putting down, you better ask somebody and you better figure this shit out.
Damn right.
Start with Branden over there.
If anybody wants to come buy a barrel from Driftless Glen, they can reach out to me. Branden at driftlessglen.com, Branden. So hit me up.
Well,
we can find you a barrel. just like that one. Maybe not as high proof, but
Shit,
just as
we
tasty.
might be buying. I mean, if there's opportunities to buy a barrel like this, I think we have a few people that'll go in on one for sure.
Yeah.
Legit banger.
Yeah, that's a banger, guys.
It got us all twisted. So thank you for being a part of Important Decisions. Check out Pour and Broke. Check out Driftless Glen. We love you. We'll see you.
Like and subscribe. Follow right now. Let's go.
Appreciate y'all.
Damn.
Holy fuck, dudes.